All right, veterans, service members, and Americans concerned about what Donald Trump is doing in Los Angeles with the Marines and the National Guard. First off, to American citizens who have never served, who aren't veterans, who don't really know the culture, I know there are a lot of misconceptions in the world that, like, when you're in the army, you just have to obey orders. You cannot, there's no critical thinking. You just do what you're told. You just follow these rules. That's actually, it couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, there's an element of truth to it, right? You do have to obey orders if they're lawful, right? If they're lawful. But you're actually obligated under law, under military law, what we call UCMJ, or the Uniform Code of Military Justice, of which many, many, many people are spending time in Fort Leavenworth for having violated, right? So it's not just some fucking meaningless thing. Under law, every single service member, E1 to 09, is obligated to disregard and disobey illegal and immoral orders, right? And, like, thank God, that's actually what separates our military from militaries all over the world, because every state needs one. I know it's not fun to think about for some people. I know that some people get queasy about the notion of the military, but you do need one. It's kind of out of your hands. You don't really get to decide what your neighbor is doing with that nuclear stockpile. Anyway, what separates the United States military, however, is this foundational principle that it is the obligation of soldiers themselves to disregard orders that are unlawful, right? And it's not just an interpretation that comes down on high. It's actually the obligation and the responsibility of the service member themselves to have the discretion to understand if what they're doing could be illegal or immoral. Now, that doesn't mean that they can go around just saying fuck off to everybody, to every drill sergeant who, is kicking their ass. But in matters of, say, sending in the Marines, an expeditionary force to Los Angeles, a pretty well expedited city, it should give every service member, every veteran pause as to what's going on, because this is fucking crazy. It's bullshit. And I don't give a shit whether you voted for Donald Trump 3 times. This is unconstitutional.